This is an odd thing for an NBA player to do, but I think I may understand why. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about current and/or former NBA player Ryan Rollins being accused of shoplifting from a Target while he was on an NBA team, making $1.7 million in his contract. Now, you may be asking the question, hey, ABL, why was this guy shoplifting? Small stuff, candles, body wash, household items when he's making $1 million playing basketball. What is the reason? What's the purpose? Now, I think I might know why. I have my opinion, and once you hear me lay it out, it might make a lot of sense to you. You can be like, oh, okay, I get it. Okay, I understand. But first, before we get to it, let's just show you this guy, and we'll see what's going on. The shoplifting incidents allegedly happened in Washington, D.C. while he was playing for the Washington Wizards. And here's a little clue as to why he may have been shoplifting. Now, from what I was able to read, he's only played on 2 NBA basketball teams. One, the Wizards in Washington, D.C., the other, the Golden State Warriors, okay? Golden State Warriors. Now, where did the Golden State Warriors play, ABL? Well, that's a great question. Glad you asked. See that bridge right there? You know where the Golden State is? Okay. For 1 year, he lived in San Francisco, California. Now, if you know what I know about San Francisco, it's not really a crime to steal petty items. He was charged with petty larceny of stealing items under $1,000. In California, if you do that, well, in San Fran especially, you will not be prosecuted. So it's pretty much legal to shoplift. It's not legal, but if you're not going to get prosecuted, if there's no penalty, if you're not really going to be stopped, then is it really illegal? Crime must have punishment. Without punishment, where's the crime? So I think he thought that it was just legal. I could do whatever I want. Look, I'm living in California. I'm not going to get in any trouble for doing that over here. So why not do it over there as well? The guy's 21 years old, might not be the brightest bulb in the tree lights, might not be the sharpest tool in the drawer, might be a few trees short of a forest, a few crayons short of an entire 64 count box. So maybe he thought that since it's not really a big deal in Oakland, San Fran, wherever he was living for the year that he played for the Golden State Warriors, hey, if it's not a big deal there, then why would it be a big deal here in DC? Let's read some of this right here, and then we'll get a little bit more information perhaps. It raised a few eyebrows on Monday when the Wizards waived Ryan Rollins, a 21-year-old guard who had shown some promise defensively and had potential, the kind of player the Wizards should be trying to develop. He seemed an odd player to just let go, but now we know why. Well, Ryan Rollins, from what I'm able to see, I mean, he was okay, but I mean, I don't think he was really going to be one of these guys that you really want to develop and have around for a while. Okay, I don't know about that. I mean, he was on the Warriors, and then they let him go, send him to the Wizards. He might have been a journeyman at best for another year and a half, 2 years, and then it would have been a wrap anyway. From my point of view, maybe I'm wrong, but if you're doing stuff like this, I don't think you're necessarily going to be around for an extended period of time. Even if in California, it's not really seen as a crime to shoplift under a certain amount, should you do it? Especially when you're making millions of dollars or at least $1 million. Again, he's not one of the richer guys in the NBA, but to be in the NBA, you're in an elite class. It's only a handful of guys in history who have ever played one game in the league. And you're in that class and you do stuff like this, although it's not really a big deal where you came from, but I digress. And he's not from California, by the way. He's from Michigan and went to California to play basketball. But anyway, Rollins has been charged with 7 counts of petty larceny in Alexandria General District Court. Court documents show he was caught shoplifting household items from a local Target store on multiple occasions while still on the team, a story broken by Josh Robbins at The Athletic. He has yet to enter a plea and is due back in court on February 7th, according to court documents. And the Athletic summed up the charges this way. Police said in court documents that Rollins stole small household items such as groceries, body wash, and candles from a Target store on 7 different occasions from September the 9th to November the 9th when he was on the Wizards roster. We just recently learned of the charges against Ryan. Monumental basketball president Michael Winger told The Athletic, "We could not comment on the matter or the basis for our roster decisions. We do take our role very seriously as citizens of the DMV." If you don't know what that is, that's Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, the D.C. metro area. Yes, I'm from Virginia. No, I'm not from the DMV, if you're wondering, but I digress. Representatives of our fans and the team our community can be proud of. These are expectations, not aspirations. We're eager to move forward with our team as constituted and pursue excellence on and off the court. Now, the Washington Wizards are no stranger to controversy of the criminal nature. Now, luckily, it's just shoplifting and not the guns in the locker room. Shout out to Gilbert Arenas, but I'll move on. Rollins was on a minimum contract with the Wizards, making $1.7 million in his second NBA season. That contract plus $600,000 of next year was fully guaranteed. So, okay, I'm no mathematician, but you were getting 1.7 and then another 600,000 next year. So you're at about what, 2.3 million dollars guaranteed. And you're shoplifting petty small items. Not even like, it's not like some guys where they may try on a watch at a jewelry store and the watch costs $500,000, Rich and Millie or some dumb stuff like that. And then they refuse to pay the bill for the watch, or they leave with the watch on their wrist and don't pay. Okay, that right there, there's motivation to do something like that if you are of the criminal mind, because of the value of it, and you don't have that kind of money to really spend on that kind of watch. But I'm sure out of your 2.2, 2.3, even after tax, at least $1 million you have, I'm sure you could spend $5 on a candle, $10 on a candle, body wash, or whatever. I think he was doing this because he was living in California for a year over in the Bay Area where it's legal to steal. You see, you're training the minds of young people to think that larceny is not really a big deal. That's what you're doing. But let's keep on going. This is a class 1 misdemeanor in Virginia, punishable usually by a fine, although the judge can sentence a person up to a year in the penitentiary or jail. However, that would be highly unusual in this kind of case. So he won't go to jail, just pay a fine. Because it's a small amount, he won't go to jail, but he will pay a fine. He'll get prosecuted, unlike California. And California did say, we're not even going to prosecute, but he will pay a fine. Rollins was drafted in the middle of the second round in 2002, number 44 overall out of Toledo by the Hawks, who traded him to the Warriors on draft night. Again, he played for the Golden State Warriors, San Fran, Oakland, that particular part of California where it's not illegal to shoplift. He played in 12 games for Golden State last year and was traded to Washington last summer in the Chris Paul Jordan Poole deal. Rollins had played in 10 games for the Wizards this season. So he was getting a tad bit of burn, but not really much playing time. And I think that it could be a wrap for him in the NBA, unless he's really a breakout talent. If he's just amazing to the point where he can change your team, then he'll still be in the league. Like Michael Vick going to the NFL football. He went to prison for 2 years because of the dogfighting kerfuffle, but came back and still played 7 more years in the league. Now, if he was a bench warmer at best, a practice squad player at best, then he would have been done because the politics of what happened would overshadow his on-the-field performance. But because his on-the-field performance was so good, it was able to overshadow the controversy in the prison stint and the whole dogfighting situation. And in this case, this guy is an average okay player at best. They could probably draft another Ryan Rollins in the 2024 draft and move on, and it won't really be a big deal. And he'll be a cheaper option than Ryan Rollins, who at that point would be in his 3rd or 4th year. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to California. I blame you guys. I sure do. I blame Ryan Rollins as well. You're a full-grown adult. You know what you're doing. But I blame California because you guys are normalizing theft. You guys are normalizing open air crack smoking, things of this nature, things that should not be normalized. Maybe, just maybe, as I close, if it was actually illegal and enforceably illegal to shoplift in California, maybe Ryan Rollins wouldn't have it in his mind that he can do this wherever he goes, which is obviously not the case. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's the reason why a man who has at least $1 million in guaranteed money would steal body washing candles from Target on several occasions? Tell me the reason. Why have we not heard about any other crimes? You would think if you got a criminal mind and you're really into that, you'd be doing bigger things. Okay, drinking and driving, you got cocaine in the locker room. Why are we hearing about candles and body? Like, what's going on? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I think this is motivated by his stint over in California, thinking that it's okay to shoplift. Simple as that. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.